Okay, we got problem with Gymshark. What is wrong with Gymshark?
I cannot believe I'm stood here saying this, but Gymshark is worth $1.4 billion.
Damn. That's not too bad for just selling like some gym clothes.
Ben first joined the gym for a similar reason to most teenagers. After realising he wasn't going to make it in football, he got a membership to gain muscle and build confidence.
I remember watching Scott Herman and Scooby every single video that...
Oh yeah, I remember Scott Herman and Scooby. The dude with the who was Scott Herman? I forgot. I'd have to see his face again, but Scoob. He was like that jacked tan dude who was a little on the older side. I think maybe when I first saw him, he was like either in his 40s or 50s, and he had that little I don't know, what's that hat called? It's like it's the circle. It's like the Gilligan hat. I forgot what it was called. He's like, "Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm gonna show you what a really good chest workout looks like." I remember that was like probably one of the first channels I went to for like my fitness journey on the internet, at least.
they would ever upload.
That and Juji Mufu.
He combined this passion for fitness with his interest in computing, making 2 fitness-related apps which he launched on the App Store. However, while somewhat successful, these apps couldn't transact. What he wanted as his next challenge was a website where he could sell something. So he co-founded a new company with his friend Lewis Morgan. They were to dropship supplements in which they only had to pay the supplier once they'd made a sale. And that company was named Gymshark. The trouble is, profit margins were small and it was never going to be a billion-dollar business. Until they had an idea. Nobody made the clothes that their idols would wear, so Ben brought a screen printer and sewing machine from Hobbycraft with all of his savings, and they began making stringer vests, popularised by the Australian bodybuilder Z's.
It was a gym hack to have your top off in the gym, but obviously you didn't have your top off in the gym, and people...
Oh yeah, I didn't know that this is where the stringer became like popularized. Like when I first started joining the gym, I think when I went to the gym, I would just wear like a t-shirt, but I thought you needed to like earn the right. Well, this is my mindset when I was like a little kid. You needed to like earn the right to wear like a stringer, t-shirt like this or whatever. It's like you got to have the muscle first to like before you show it off. Because if you like show up like sloppy, it's like, what are you trying to show off? That was my like thought process. I didn't think that there was like some shit behind it or whatever.
People love that.
Ben would go to uni from morning till 4, work 5 till 10 at Pizza Hut. Then from 10 onwards, he would hand make Gymshark clothing.
Dang, that's grinding, dude. From morning, so let's say like what, 5 or 6 a.m. to like a 4. You go to school, and then from 5 to 10, Pizza Hut. Oh, that's like just like a little 5-hour bump or whatever. But from morning to 4, that's like 8 hours, 5 hours. And from 10 till like late night, what do you call? Let's say like 2 in the morning. Damn, so he didn't sleep that much, it seems. God dang.
Out of their work, they would send some of this off to their favourite fitness influencers. And this actually proved to be an effective, never done before, low-cost form of advertisement.
Just make shit and just send it to the guys with the followers.
After identifying the potential of this new concept, in 2013, they decided to assemble a team of fitness influencers to come to Body Power, a small fitness expo here in the UK. Their combined followings resulted in people flocking to Gymshark and gathered enough attention for their new Lux tracksuit to go viral on Facebook, generating £30,000 of sales in just 30 minutes. When revenue eventually reached £250,000,
$250,000,
they both knew they were onto something big and dropped out of uni to pursue the company.
It's fashion, the new fashion fad.
Full time.
If we can make ourselves look better in the gym without actually looking better physically, then that's half the battle. And if we
essentially, you know what this kind of seems like to me? You know how there'll be like some girls in the gym that just wear like the small cutoff shorts, the little short shorts, or like the skin tight clothes, and it's supposed to be the illusion of them being naked. This is like the same thing for guys with like the stringer tee. It's like they're just trying to figure out some way. Like both people are trying to figure out a way around the rules in order so they can just like show up to like a public space semi-naked and to like show off. And at the end of the day, it's just like attention seeking, more or less, it seems.
We knew if we did that, then people would keep going back to the gym.
Gymshark were essentially the first company to do influencer marketing while providing a product people
Oh, but Cornel, you wear a fucking sleeveless fucking shirt every goddamn video. Well, yeah, that's true. That's because it's fucking hot, dude. It's just, but wouldn't they use that same excuse? Yeah, they could, but I'm in my house. I'm gonna wear this for what do you call it? Like multiple hours after the fact, after I get done with the video. And I don't know, the argument for like it's comfortable. I mean, I guess that's like a fine argument. I don't know. I'd have to think about it a little bit more. I don't know.
actually wanted in the process, but things were only just getting started. In 2016, they were named the fastest growing company in the UK. In 2018, they did over $100 million in sales. And then in 2020, they were valued at over $1 billion, now with hundreds of influencers all across the globe. While being my favourite business growth story, their success helped incubate problems which would go on to haunt the brand if left unaddressed.
Problems with Gymshark. Smash like.
Ben noticed something very early on: the power
Was that
of
vote-coded?
influencer marketing.
Gangster Paradise?
While mainstream celebrity endorsement was a thing, it cost an unjustifiable amount of money.
Cristiano Ronaldo using the electric abs.
And with the growth of social media platforms, there was a new type of celebrity forming, known as social media influencers, who were often willing to promote brands for little money, if any. So they targeted these people, starting with Lex Fitness. Of course it worked. So they found the next influencer, then the next, and the next.
Oh yeah, I remember. I don't remember this person. Alan. Is it Alan? Or Alon? Gabby? Gabe? I don't know. But I know all these guys, Matt, Lex, and I don't know them. I just remember like looking them up and whatnot.
The look they were going for was natural bodybuilders, which they would seek out time and time again.
Yeah.
Until eventually
Because
they built up
like back in the day, there wasn't this in-between physique like classic is. What was it? It was like, I don't know, maybe like 5 to 10 years ago or something like that. It was either open, which was like the biggest of the big, and what was it like? What was that other fucking category? Like just physique, the one with the board shorts. I think those were like the only two, and then there was like the 212 division, which was like the medium level guys trying to move up into like the open. There was no like in between classic physique category, so I think this was the board shorts like look, like going to the beach, you know, wide shoulders, small waist. You don't need to be like overly muscular, but you just like look decent. Yeah.
was viewed as this elite club of people, all associated together by the brand. As it worked on the male side, they decided to branch out and replicate the same thing on the female side. The brands created a win-win situation in which both the influencer and the brand benefited. These people gained social proof, a powerful network, and were viewed by many as authority figures. Suddenly, these were the people to learn from, and that's where the problems arise. Instead of focusing on science, many of these influencers have an "if it works for me, it'll work for you" approach.
What the fuck is this baby? With the drawn on like abs and chest and like the beard. Anecdotal. Okay. Chattiest Prime's anecdotal trading guide. Ideas, opinions, bro science. Anabolic.
With some of them having no experience actually coaching people.
How are you 19 years old and you're gonna claim that you have a fucking booty program? What do you know about fitness? You practically hit puberty last fucking year.
The
Yeah.
result of this is thousands of inexperienced teenagers
Yeah, the teenager. And what's weird about like the whole camera thing, or at least like the social, not social, like the influencer thing, social media, is like someone can look good in a picture, you know, with all the downlighting, like a good pump, and then you take the picture and then you go into Photoshop and you like touch it up a little bit here and there. You add a filter or two on top of it, and it's like boom, you know, they look awesome. The thing that you can't see in a picture is like how like just a person looks just in real life. I mean, yes, a picture is like a snapshot of it, but I mean, you know, a picture could easily be doctored to like make people look larger than life, more shredded than they actually are, bigger in certain areas or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like one excuse is like, yes, they're trying to like, if I'm gonna put out something where it's like I'm showing my body and everything, it's like, yes, I want to put out like the best version of it, if not a, what do you call it? A like slightly exaggerated version of it, you know, with people like adding a little bit more shoulders, a little smaller waist, or a little more like muscle bellies here and there. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's really tough because it's hard to say what I would do in this situation. It's like, would I do the same thing and like hire someone to like doctor the photos up a like a small amount? I don't know. It's really weird because on one side it's a business, but then on this other side there's like this moral thing. It's like, is this right? Am I doing this or whatever? I don't know. It's weird.
following poor diet advice and workout programs while buying useless supplements promoted by people who have the prestige of a Gymshark sponsorship.
We have this.
Oh yeah, Omar. I remember watching a shitload of Omar Esoff. Ton. Great. He's fantastic.
Wealth of individuals who are now just jumping from being influencers to being online coaches, and they don't have that practical experience, and it shows.
Top of the pyramid, we have regular potatoes. Put that boy right up there, away from all the good stuff. Honestly, potatoes aren't very good for you.
Now we're doing this as our first main compound movement.
This is not a compound movement.
Oh, that's Scott Herman.
Starring Gymshark elite athlete
Weights and water. What the fuck is this?
Devon LeVay, aka the Decline Intelligence Press.
They were just making shit up to be different to get eyes on their videos.
Oh yeah, like that one dude, that doctor bro, who who's that doctor bro? I forgot his name. The dude that does like that noise or whatever. Ah, fuck, I forgot his name. Where he does like, he takes like his program, but he only puts out like the goofy moves just to get attention and attention seek.
I was getting so many DMs and emails of people who'd been put on really low calorie diets by other Gymshark sponsored athletes, being told things that weren't scientifically backed by other Gymshark sponsored athletes. And they were just being told things that just went completely against like the literature in sports science and in nutrition, and that could be really damaging to their health. And that really bothered me.
Natasha Ocean actually ended up leaving the company because of this issue, when the only real requirement to represent the brand,
Somebody with some moral standings. Oh boy.
is to look good at all costs while maintaining a clean image, there is bound to be controversy. Some may argue that this isn't Gymshark's responsibility. After all, they're just a clothing brand. However, these people are clearly positioned as authority figures, and their results were what were ultimately used to sell the clothes and programs. And this was clearly enough of a problem for people to leave the company.
There's no amount of
Yeah, it's like the people that they were putting up as authority figures, they are meant to be like someone that the average person looks up to and more or less like idolize, and it's like, oh, that is who I should be listening to. When it's like, that's not entirely the case. I'm sure there's like some things that they were saying that was probably true, but like, again, like you take a step back, you look at the average age of everyone, and it's like, okay, how long have you actually been training? How like well thought out is this advice? Like, oh, I mean, in the one case, the dude said the one girl was like, what, 19, trying to give like advice. It's like, come on.
Money that can just make me sit back and ignore it.
But you may now be wondering, these athletes must be doing something, right? I mean, most of them are insanely lean, strong, and have large followings. Besides having good genetics, good lighting, and hard work, what could possibly be going on?
Fake natties. They're fake. Sizing the first fitted sleeves.
Originally made for the 16-year-old Ben, with the help of Gymshark's influence, social media became peppered with unrealistic physiques, with the majority claiming natural, despite many of them living lives.
Yeah, the lie. The fake natty.
But the results don't match their poor diet, sleep schedule, or training time frame.
Like, the men on your Instagram page are still of that ilk of unattainable almost.
While the majority are good people, to many,
I don't know. It's like, this is like a weird thing with when it comes to like steroids and PEDs that I've just seen. Like, nobody cares like really how you look or how you obtained your look. Just be honest with how you got it. Because for some reason, people think that like the pinnacle of like a morally good person or some shit is like someone that looks fucking insanely jacked, insanely shredded, and they're natural. Like, that's the peak. But it's actually really hard to do that. So what do people do to get around that? Well, they take PEDs and they claim that they did it naturally, when in fact they didn't. So it's like they're trying to adopt this, I don't know, this guise of I did everything naturally and whatnot, and I did this, and you can too, and that's the goal, to like get people to follow you. And it's like, it feels like a shortcut type of deal, because it's just, because the fact of the matter is, it's just really hard, like just training as like a natural bro. You know, you can have like creatine, fucking just whey protein, and bunch of whatever supplements to like kind of help you, but and then even on the topic of fucking PEDs, it's like there's so much gray in that, in what people consider to be like, oh, that's a natural supplement, that's a PED, that's a steroid, and it's like there's so many issues with that. Even it's like, it's just crazy, man.
The brand was now projecting an impressive but unrealistic body image, which was no longer motivating.
Yes! I love looking at muscly men on steroids and whose physiques I will never get because I don't take drugs. Yes!
Especially up until more recently, Gymshark were assisting some of the biggest problems that Ben's very fitness inspirations set out to end.
One of the most common reasons that people give up on their fitness expectations after a month or two is that they have completely unrealistic expectations. The current crop of fake natties on YouTube make this worse than ever.
You know, the quickest way.
Dang, Scooby cooking. Scooby spitting facts, dude. Yeah. I mean, if you're like just a really like jacked and shredded bro and you claim to be like natural, it is almost, it's like the responsibility is also on you to prove that you are like unnatural, like via like blood work or whatever. And even that can sometimes get like what do you call it, like lied about or whatever. So I don't know, it's just and here's the thing, here's the crazy thing, people will always like follow the thing that gets like the most attention in the internet is the guys that are just, and girls that are just insanely jacked and shredded, because they're like the anomaly, the 1%. The 1% of anything is always going to get the most I don't know, attention from people. And it's not so much the like the education process that should be getting more attention. It's like, oh, I want to look like this, so let me figure out like what the best way to do that is, like the natural way or whatever. And it's like not enough attention is being brought on to like the process on like working out. I mean, that's like different nowadays because I mean, you know, this video is like 2 years old. And I'm just like watching it and whatnot because I had really no idea like I knew Gymshark was dog shit and like a meme brand, but I just wanted to like watch it for the funsies, really.
Way to gain views is to get ripped big and shredded. So what do? They start taking drugs, they lie about it, and then they sell you on their bullshit advice. So you can only blame yourselves if you fall for it. And that's the #1 reason why I decided I never wanted to be a Gymshark athlete. Because if you look at 99% of them, male or female, they're 100% fake. And I hate it. And it's not hurting me. That's what you guys don't understand. It's not hurting me. It's hurting you.
Give up looking like a Gymshark crew by age 20 if you're lifting natural.
When the only true requirement was to look unnaturally impressive while claiming natural. This has a few effects. Firstly, more people take steroids while claiming they don't. More people follow bad, often unhealthy advice, and body dysmorphia increases as the public's perception of natural is skewed. Now
I mean, to be fair, I think I've had my bout with like a body dysmorphia, but it's like a cycle. Sometimes it comes and it goes, and it's like I just deal with it. It kind of sounds like bouts of depression, but I don't know. I'm just fine with like how I look for the most part. Yeah, I could stand to lose like a little weight here and there, but for the most part, you know, I still go to the gym and whatnot, and it's like as long as I get like a good pump and I felt like I worked hard, I'm like I'm fine. I'm chilling. In terms of like the whole bad advice thing, I would really have to go back and figure out like and just like nickel and dime everything on like what everyone was saying back then, because for the most part it seems that a lot of like modern day gym influencer bros have just funneled out, or at least maybe I could be wrong, but I haven't really been seeing a lot of like bro science shit pop up. Because when that shit usually pops up, it's usually like certain gym influencers or like fitness influencers like put out some content. Like other ones will just like be very quick to like nip it in the butt to be like, yeah, this is bad advice. This is dumb. Don't listen to this guy. He's a clown. Whatever. That is more prevalent to happen nowadays than it used to back in the day.
Body dysmorphia increases as the public's perception of natural is skewed. Now don't get me wrong, I fully understand the incentive for Gymshark athletes to hide their PED use. Once you've claimed natural, admitting that you lied could negatively impact sales. And there's also plenty of people waiting to take their place.
Yeah, there are. Whenever you see someone climb to the top, you better believe that beneath that singular person, there is a whole mountain of people waiting to like just take that top spot, because you know competition is a real thing. But I don't know, it just seems like people don't really care whether or not you use steroids. It's the fact of whether or not you're like lying about them is I think what matters more. Like you can take whatever you want, just be honest, and nobody really gives a shit, really.
To mention, there does seem to be some sort of correlation with Gymshark athletes who admit to PEDs and being fired, which doesn't help. But at the same time, fake naturals leveraging their secretive steroid use to sell stuff is morally wrong. In the nicest possible way, fake naturals are like weeds. Yeah, having one or two may look good and isn't enough to cause widespread harm, but when they're everywhere you look, it's an issue. Nothing else can grow. It's annoying to see. Actual good content with integrity is overlooked, as beginners often assume that the better someone looks, the more they know, which simply isn't always the case.
And when I was a little kid, I would probably be more prone to soaking up. I would probably have been more prone to soaking up that type of advice when I was a little kid than I am now, because I've been like plugged into the internet for so long, and I don't know, you can kind of just like filter out, and you can kind of just feel when people are like just bullshitting about like certain things when it comes to the gym.
For example, this steroid enhanced transformation was done in under a year. It doesn't automatically make the guy more knowledgeable than everyone who is not as muscular. The trouble is, we naturally follow people who are where we want to be. Why would you follow the person in elite shape after 10 years of training, when they're all of these teenagers who have achieved better results in less than half the time? The spreading virality of fake
10 plus years of actually training and being natural. Only 3 years, age 18, 17, 18, and 19. And they all got like baby faces. Natural, sarcastic.
Naturals is negatively impacting science-based fitness, as people want to believe in shortcuts. Now, I'm not saying we should bust into Gymshark HQ and fumigate the place. Everyone is simply asking for Gymshark to calm down with the fertilizer, focus on promoting what is healthy, sustainable, or at least honest, which, to be fair, they are beginning to slowly acknowledge. This doesn't mean they need to only promote people with average fitness levels. There are plenty of high-level...
Yeah, you don't have to like only promote people with average fitness levels. How about just promote someone that is been working out for just a long time, like just a natural person that's been working out for a long time. Oh, they don't look as good as our enhanced people. They're not going to get as much views, as much attention, and so on and so forth. And I don't know, that from like a business standpoint, that's understandable. But I could argue that like, oh, from a moral standpoint, that's fucking stupid. But like, why are you trying to bring morals into a business? Well, because you want to try to like build trust in your customers when it comes to like them trusting like your brand. I mean, I would say that, but I don't know. This is probably like a more complicated topic.
Natural and honest unnatural influencers who have a better, more transparent connection with their audience, who can pull more sales, as Gymshark have hopefully realised with their recent efforts. I mean, even Ziz himself, who popularised the movement, was open about his steroid use. If he was still around today, he would easily be one of Gymshark's most profitable affiliates. There should be no excuse for being a fake natural in this next generation of fitness. The public's distorted perception of what fitness should be was demonstrated in the comment section of a Gymshark post, when they first started being inclusive of people along the fitness journey.
So the top comment says, "This ain't it, okay? This confidence won't unclog your arteries."
It's a shame when a fitness page feels the need to be inclusive. It's like some people think the fitness industry is some kind of elite club when you can only join it if you have a low body fat percentage.
They're showing real life.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
While Gymshark and talk.
Yeah, when you go into a gym, it's not just jacked the dudes in the gym. It's not just like small girls with big asses in the gym. There are people constantly coming in that's their first time in the gym. Maybe that's their first week, first month, first year in the gym. And yeah, it's intimidating. I remember, I don't even remember, like it's been so long, like my first time I entered a gym, or at least like the first time like I drove my car to the gym by myself. I don't know, it was very freeing. And I don't know, I actually forgot like what age I did this. I'm trying to think, how old was I? Was it a CrossFit gym? No, I don't think it was a CrossFit gym. Honestly, it was like I think it was not a Planet Fitness. It was like a 24-hour fitness or something like that. Yeah, and it was very freeing to just like, I don't know, take charge of my life and just be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And you know, like I'm not perfect, I'm not a saint. I've you know, been on and off of it for a while, and you know, just in the last couple of years I've been like pretty consistent with it. But yeah, I mean, like the dude said, it's like not everybody has to be fucking like sub 5% body fat to like step into the gym.
Notorious for being associated with fake naturals and unrealistic body standards. Ben has acknowledged these issues, and it does seem like they're slowly improving. Despite being critical of their fake natural glorification and affiliation with disingenuous or naive influencers, I'd honestly like to see this happen. I think they've had a net positive effect on the world. They're beginning to address some of these problems. I don't think Gymshark are a morally corrupt brand who don't learn from their mistakes. They just happen to be the first to do what they're doing. The main problem was their speed of response to unforeseen issues, which arose as a result of this new concept of influencer marketing. If Gymshark wants to be the next Nike, they need to focus on a wider
Nike? Nike? I've never heard it called that.
audience and address the issues which they definitely help create. Ultimately, they'll be more profitable sponsoring genuine, transparent, unique people who represent health holistically, which is why I think it's a good thing. That
Fucking Chris Bumstead right in the center. Yeah, I don't think he's like natural, bro.
people call out the bad stuff in a respectful way. It improves the quality of the information available on the internet. It makes influencers think twice before giving bad advice, while encouraging companies to make better ethical decisions where their customers put first. Ben isn't stopping anytime soon, and he acknowledges and addresses criticisms to grow the company. And I don't think that there's anyone in a better position to lead the company in a positive direction. It just goes to show that making and acknowledging mistakes is okay, as long as you learn from them. And with that, I think other fitness brands should start taking note.
Dang.
What's going
that's
on,
good.
guys? Vince here. Scientists at Harvard have proven that if you are not subscribed to Josh Brett, intracellular muscular photosynthesis rates screech to a halt. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, unless of course you want to go catabolic.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's a good video, man. I like it. I mean, I didn't like. I knew of the whole Gymshark crew in the beginning. And when I was younger, I legitimately thought that all those people were like natural, and they just put in like hard work and so on and so forth. So, I mean, when I was a little kid, I was fucking stupid. But I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, and I'm not here to like defend anything or anybody. But yeah. But you know, you just gotta be aware, really, of what's happening, and don't be so easily influenced by your favorite online person. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, that was a good ass video, man. That was pretty cool. I mean, I'm a little late, 2 years, but yeah, still good, and I hope to see more just like it. That's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.